Caleb, Callaway has been busy lately. You got the hat on right now. They have been releasing, it's the time of the year where they get us all excited about golf equipment while you and I are locked in our houses in the middle of January. Probably 3 months at least, maybe maybe a little less than 3 months away from actually hitting the ball outside. But they get us excited about this equipment. They tell us, "Hey, here's some things that are going to make you better." Of course, all the golf manufacturers and everybody in the industry, this is their big time of year. Get you to spend that Christmas money, that tax money, that all the fun stuff there to start out the year and be ready to go for the season. So, but we're loyal to Callaway. I upgraded to some Callaway irons last year. You've been all Callaway for a while for the most part. I think there's like one club that's not Callaway. So we're clearly a little more loyal to them than the other manufacturers. And you and I have been sending some texts back and forth, sending each other things on Instagram. You even had the opportunity to talk with Michael Verska from Callaway just a few weeks ago on the podcast about, at that point, it was just the AI one putter that had come out. So what insights, for those that didn't listen to that episode or haven't checked that out yet, what are some of the insights that you got from Verska on the AI one putter, that them and Odyssey had released?
Yeah, the new A1 putter is super exciting. I'm I'm really looking forward. You and I are trying to get together with Verska when he comes into town here next month. If we can do so, I'm really hoping that he and I can find a time to go test out some of these putters and possibly get one. I was fortunate enough to get some birthday money and Christmas money. And so I'm hoping that I can splurge a little bit on that. But yeah, man, the AI one milled is going to be incredible. It's already 1 for 1 with Chris Kirk winning out at the Century. Which really weird fact about his putter, I learned that he does not have an alignment like line on his putter. So it's yeah, and it's not like it's it's the mallet. It's not just the blade, so it's got a thicker back. I don't know how he could do that personally with no type of alignment on there, but it worked for him. He got it done. But yeah, man, the AI one milled putter is going to be much more forgiving and much better for my game as somebody that struggles with putting. And Mr. Verska, I really hope I don't get this number wrong, but it's supposed to improve your misses, I think, by 21%. So the way he explained it to me was like, if you have a 30-foot putt, right? You get up there, you knock it, and it goes, with your putter, it's going to go, maybe 8 feet to the right, and it's going to end up 3 feet short. Well, now with this putter, it's supposed to help you correct those things to where you're going to have that same 30-foot putt, but you're going to knock it to 1 foot, and it's going to be 3 feet out if you miss. Because obviously 30-foot putts are no guarantee. Like, we can't joke ourselves. Like, you get maybe, or you and I probably get maximum 3 of those, per year or per season. So, the
Yeah.
that 21% is really going to help us. It's going to put more confidence in our games because we're going to, knock it closer, and whether we have to 2 putt, that's fine. We'll take our medicine 2 putt, but we got to eliminate 3 putts because golf is all about, like what we've learned from Lou, golf is about not making bogeys. And just make more pars and you'll become a better golfer. And so with this new putter, I could really see that happening. And I've implemented a new putting stroke, a new mindset on putting in the fall. It seemed to work fairly well. So a new mindset, a new putter that's going to be fit to me. I have a lot of confidence in it, and I don't even have it yet. So I'm hoping that confidence really, stays the course and helps me out there because, like we said, he's 1 of 1, or Chris Kirk is 1 of 1 using it. And if there's any kind of track record, like, the Paradym had last year, it's going to explode.
Yeah,
and take over, and it's going to be the world's hottest putter, which it definitely should be in my opinion.
for sure. No, it was, I would say out of all the clubs in the bag, like the putter is probably the least excited I get about, and more of like the new models and stuff, right? Like I feel like sometimes the marketing around them is like it's not as exciting as the driver irons. It's not as like, I don't know, like the improvements are like, well, whatever, right? And that's just me as a consumer without having, I didn't have that conversation with Verska, so I'm sure that there are benefits to it. And but this one definitely caught my attention, and had me considering it for a little bit. Maybe, floated the idea around Christmas, like, hey, maybe, it's out there. But then Paradym AI Smoke came out, and I go, well, Caleb, hold on. There's two clubs in my bag that are not Callaway, and that's my driver and that's my putter. This Paradym AI Smoke kind of has my attention now. Verska and any Callaway employee that's watching or listening to this, close your ears, close your eyes for a second. While I talk about this, I hit the Paradym last year. I don't know if it was I talked about it on the podcast last year. I don't know if it was just I'd already been fit for irons and maybe I was just wore out and I wasn't, fully in the mindset to be testing a driver out. Didn't love the results I was getting, but I also wasn't hitting it the best. So I'm trying to put that in the back of my mind, trying to go into it the new mindset. If I do want a new driver, this thing is catching my attention. How about you? I know that we're kind of in the same place, like could use some upgrades here and there, and putter and driver is that. And we do have to be a little selective sometimes on which direction we go. So what are your thoughts on the
Yeah.
old AI Smoke driver?
Yeah, similar to you, the first time that I hit the Paradym, I was like, man, this is not it. Like I
Yeah.
want it to be it so bad, but it's not. But that was just because it was off the shelf. Straight off the rack. I took it into the hitting bay. And then, a little bit later in the year, went and, had a little dummy fitting. I would say not very serious. I told the guy up front, I was like, hey, I'm not buying this today, but I am really interested. And then he worked some things around, and man, did that feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely interested in the Paradym at minimum. I did send a message shortly after I talked to Verska, and I was like, hey, like with the Christmas money, I might be able to squeeze in another driver. I'm really thinking about the Paradym. Should I hold off, for a couple days, couple months? Like, is there anything in the works? And he was like, there is something in the works. I can't really give details. And I was like, that's fine. Like, I don't need you to give me details in, nothing like that. Like, just, I'll keep an eye out for sure. And lo and
Yeah.
behold, not 2 weeks later, doing some digging, found somebody had leaked it. Some random Twitter golf account, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how, which led me to a golf blog, which they had talked about it a little bit. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, in this picture, this guy says like there was no phones allowed in this, demo showing or whatever it was. So like, how are they getting these out there? But yeah, I caught that and I was like, man, this could be good. And then it comes out, it has the release and it's like, man, I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely caught my eye. You and I were joking about the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we hit a good one, oh man, that was smoked, like that kind of
Uh-huh.
thing. Definitely plays into the dad jokes factor on the course.
Yes, it does.
So that's another reason. And then our good buddy Scott Hogan, um, he did a little tryout for himself, and I'm gonna pull this up here because uh I'm really intrigued and I want to get this right. So he said that he had the chance to hit the smoke, and he was asking if anybody was interested in a review, and of course I said yes. Like I need to be able to justify this to the wife, so any and all information would be great. And he said, well, I just got 250 RPMs less spin and 6 mile an hour gain in the club head speed. So
Oh,
Callaway
Caleb,
is on to
don't
something here.
don't tell me this. I can't. I can't do it right now.
So
Don't tell
so
me
you're
this.
telling me that I'm not as good as Scott by any means, but if I can gain at least, 2 or 3 miles an hour club head speed with this bad boy,
Oh,
ah, I
damn it. I
distance is
really
really
wish you
all that I
didn't.
have.
I
Is
wish you didn't tell me that.
I'm
Now I'm
I'm
all
good at
in.
chipping. I will be the first to admit I'm good at chipping, but I can't get to chipping unless I get the ball down there.
Yeah.
And this is absolutely supposed to help me get the ball down there based
Oh,
on everything that I've been able to catch and read. And, we've had some good friends mention us about. So, yeah. So hopefully when Burska comes into town, we have a few minutes to where he can not only fit me um, for the new AI putter, which personally, I'm not a huge fan of the gold. That's
okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I am a very visual person when it comes to the putter.
Yep.
If you've seen my putter, it's decked out in red, white, and blue. I painted it myself. So like visually, I want to look down and think that I'm confident in it. And for whatever reason, the gold just doesn't catch my eye. Now, I did ask Verska if I could paint that, and he said he would suggest not. So I won't do that.
Dang.
But unless there is that much of a difference for me in between just the regular AI or the milled AI, I'll probably go with the regular AI. A little bit more in budget. That would give me a little bit more breathing room for the smoke if we have time to look into that and get a fitting on that. But yeah, if my fitting with the smoke goes anywhere close to the fitting with the Paradym, the dummy fitting with the Paradym, it's gonna be hard not to just hand over my Christmas money
Six
right
hundred
there on the
dollars.
table. Yeah,
$600.
I'll just
Yeah.
I'll just
No,
be like,
that's
listen, honey, this is what we're doing. I'm
yeah.
pull out the Christmas money envelope, slide it across the cash register, take it. Just take it,
Uh
and I'm gonna walk out with this thing.
yeah, no, it's I mean, I have it up as we're talking, as you were talking and everything there, and it's just like, man, I'm falling in love. It's like I'm so back and forth on like because it's called, it's called the AI smoke. It has kind of like a smoke pattern on it. And like sometimes I'm like, nah, I kind of like the basic, like keep it to the keep it to the letters and numbers and just the colors, right? But then I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like this. Like I'm back and forth on it. I want to see it in person. It's not available until January 12th, so coming up here soon. But yeah, man, I'm excited about that. So we'll see how things go, and we'll report back early March. Sounds like would be about the time we'd be reporting back on this subject. So stay tuned on that. The last thing, and this is I would say minor, but also I mean if you play Callaway Chrome Soft or played the XLS or X, as Caleb and I have kind of dedicated choosing those balls over the past year or so. They have kind of changed. I don't know if it's just a marketing change or just the change of the what the ball is made of, but they are now calling it the Chrome Tour and Chrome Tour X, and then they have the normal Chrome Soft. So again, not too much information on the specs and all of that there, but wanted to get your thoughts on that. Do you, in my eyes, I've always like indirectly before using the ball always had like a weird feeling like, oh, I don't know if I want to play a softball or not. And that's maybe in the past kept me away from Chrome Soft, but clearly knowing the data, it's not a softball or whatever, right?
Right.
Do you think this is a good move by Callaway to go to Chrome Tour for those kind of tour level balls instead of calling it a Chrome Soft X or XLS?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any problems with it. And honestly, the last hour of the Century tournament, which it was actually about 45 minutes, the last 45 minutes of the Century Tour was commercial free, thanks to Callaway and the Callaway Tour ball, or the Callaway Chrome Tour ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I want as many people to buy those as possible. That way we can continue to have the commercial free last hours of the tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will probably dabble into it, take a look and see, what it might do for me or what, if it does anything at all. Probably will resort to Verska's, opinion there, um, given his knowledge on the subject. Maybe he'll just tell us, hey, we stick with the XLS, or you know, go with the X, or whatever it is. So
Mm-hmm.
excited there. But yeah, not it doesn't really, pop to me like like the putter and like the driver does.
Yeah, no, Sam. I mean, clearly the ball is probably the least fun thing to upgrade, but I like it. I like the move. I like the again. It may just be a marketing thing, but I like saying I play a Chrome Tour instead of a Chrome Soft. Just that
Right.
slight switch there goes there. So
For sure.
again, we will report back on some things later on into the year, especially as we get into the season with some of this new equipment, if we are so fortunate to get that.